Welcome, YouTube, to the top 16, full top 16, because you're supporting this on YouTube with liking, commenting, and subscribing. We're also going to have the full top 8 and the full grand finale with that, mate. With that said, Hajime.
There can only be one winner, and you're looking at it. Let's go.
Then Rear, come to me. The Parallel Exceed will be summoning if we summon a Link. Normal summon Ash into... Huh? This is not a level 10 synchro. Masquerena to trigger the Parallel Exceed. This is nuts. I did not see that coming. Parallel into Alenbert rank 4 Exceed. Search our deck for a Circular. Circular is at 3, limited to 1 in TCG and OCG. Sending Diameter, Reborn Diameter with the Alenbert. Come forth. Circular being triggered, searching for the Super Factorial. Super Factorial right now is not activatable. We need a third Mathmech to Reborn from the graveyard. I mean, it is activatable to summon an Alenbert, but that's not good. We don't want that. So we now have Linguribo set to pass. This would summon 3 Mathmechs with different names to then do the rank 4 Exceed. That would then be able to have an Omni Negate plus Send. So it will instead make an Alenbert and have a Negate on top of it. So it's not completely dead, just not ideal. Sky Striker Ace, we're going to be Super Factorialing into our rank 4 Exceed Negate. Linguribo could also negate and evenly matched, which is a good use to have on the field. Also, Impermanence on your Masquerena is another good reason to have the Linguribo. We have the Maxi being negated by Ash. And let's have our simple negate. Negate anything. Sure. Thanks to the Diameter. Diameter giving it the ability of that negate on summon. We're going to detach and searching for a follow-up Diameter. Masquerena is going to be Link summoning into what? We're going to chain the Widow Anchor. We had to have Ray jump off the field first in order to Widow Anchor negate because we can't have a monster on our field. And the Alenbert with the Diameter effect is going to negate the negate. And this is a link off into a Unicorn. Unicorn's going to spin the Hayate back into the deck, but the Ray in the graveyard is going to be reborning. We're going to chain linkage before we get spun back in the deck to send Hayate to summon a Kagari. Kagari on summon will be adding back a spell in the graveyard unless the Imperm negates, which it will. Negate the Kagari. The Widow Anchor is not a hard one to return. Linkage again, dodging the spin back of the deck, dodging the negate of the Impermanence. So our effect is not negated as we successfully add back our Widow Anchor. What is going on? Linguribo, dead from Shizuku. Shizuku during the end phase will be searching for a Sky Striker spell, different than the ones we have in the graveyard. Grabbing back our Engage. Very nice. We do have that follow-up Diameter subtraction, reducing a monster on the field by 1,000. A special summon Diameter on summon, reborning Circular from the graveyard. We do need to negate this because if this card resolves summoning the Circular, we could then go into Laplation, which will have the ability to negate anything and send a card from the hand and field to the graveyard. We do not want that to happen. But we're going to do it anyway, right? Alenbert, Tribute itself, Reborn Circular, and we're good. We're at, we're good as the Mathmech player. Sky Striker's not good. Far from good. This is very bad. Wait. We're going Update Jammer Lethal instead. We're not going to even Laplation. Oh my Jesus. Access the codes. Update Jammer giving it the ability for a double attack lethal damage. There's going to be 8,000 damage on just the access code talker. Now if we wipe out the Shizuku, it summons Ray. But then Ray on resolution of its summon could summon a Kana. Kana could make the access code talker unattackable. It can't attack. So this is not game. Why didn't we go Laplation? Am I crazy or what? On summon, summon a Kana. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. You can't attack. You done goofed. It doesn't matter if she leaves the field. You still cannot attack. Damn. Laplation was the play. We saw lethal in our eyes. We thought we had it. We unfortunately did not. Sky Striker is back in. Engage is going to be not only searching for a Sky Striker card, but drawing an additional card. Banish the top 10, draw 2. And Engage Okay, let me pause real quick. Listen, don't ever criticize the Meta Weekly again when literal world champion qualified players are playing into the Imperm row, okay? Sky Striker is not a well-known deck to play against the top 16, so yes, it's something that did happen. All right, let's go. Multi-roll into the maneuver, wiping out the access code talker. No back row card to pop. And Kagari is now here. Kagari, come forth, on summon, add back the engage. All the Sky Striker spells, they're not hard once per turn. Multiple copies, multiple activations. The downside being you have to have no monster in the main zone to activate them. Very well done. Good job, Scar Black. Someone said double engage. No, we got a double linkage, mate. Max C is going to be negated by the Ash. I do not think so. And let's do our play. We do have Alimbert. Alimbert with our normal summon available, so we could search for Diameter. Circular play is probably going to be what we do instead. Special summon send. We could send Diameter. Alimbert tribute itself to then trigger the Circular to search for the Superfactorial. It works out. And now we have send from the hand, fields, and back row. Monster, back row, in hand, plus an Omni Negate. It works. Very well done. We have Link, we have Stop and Evenly Match, we have Stop and Permanence, we have a Negate plus send from the hand and fields. Sky Striker can't win this. What are you were baiting and evenly matched. That was a debate. We are now going to be Superfactorialing as the Widow Anchor is negating the Cyberse Wicked. Now, Cyberse Wicked states that monsters that this is targeting cannot be destroyed by card effects, so we could have negated the Masquerina instead. This is kind of interesting. Come forth Laplation, which will send a card from the hand. What's good about baiting them with an evenly is that, I mean, they have Lingariba already to negate, but if they didn't have Lingariba, they would have to summon Laplation early, thinking that they need it to negate the evenly. All right. The Laplation will be activating. And we actually can't negate unless we choose to not send from the field and hand to the graveyard. So our own trigger effect is chain link blocking, protecting their effect from being negated. Which we're going to have to negate that. Negate the Widow Anchor. Yup. Negate. And if we chain linkage, that does not do anything here. The Kagari is adding back. Goodbye to the Veiler. Goodbye to the Kagari. Kagari adding back the Widow Anchor. We do have Masquerina activatable. I don't know about the Wicked, though. We're still in the battle phase, so it's okay. Sure. Negate the Masquerina. Send the Widow Anchor for Hayate. Hayate attack directly. Or, you know, not. Get rid of the Wicked since it is destroyable now. That is fine. And we now have our Ray in the graveyard. We're going to link off with the IP Masquerina, making our Zeke. Zeke on summon, banishing Laplation. I'm shocked that this turn happened. I don't know how this happened. Our entire hand is gone. Their entire field is gone. Somehow Sky Striker beat the Superfactorial, which I thought would have been nearly impossible to do. But Scar Black did it. Shizuku searching in the end phase. Ash will be negating, and now we're in a top deck battle. That's it. We are playing off the top of the deck. We rip into Diameter, rip into a Circular. It's not going to be looking good. Ooh, Eclipse for Kashtira. You can't flip down Link monsters, mate. No flip, no good. Maneuver is not only taking out the Laplation, but the back row, so you do want the Call by the Grave to banish Kagari and not Ray. Okay, you know, didn't want Kagari to recycle a card from the graveyard. And, all right, yep, that works. That is something that they'd want to be doing to advance their turn. They would be summoning a Kagari here. Hayate attack directly, probably sending a Rose from the deck to the graveyard. That's what I'm thinking. Yup, Rose in the graveyard now. Check poll results. Who are you cheering for? DLM reading, more so than Scar Black. And Shizuku again. Shizuku adding engage, and if we don't have an Ash to stop that, the duel's over. Imperm is not what we needed here. Surely we're not going to engage in the Imperm column. Adding any Sky Striker card, plus drawing an additional card here. 27 cards left in the deck. Are we willing to banish 10 for our desires? Imperm, negate that Kagari. But we have linkage to dodge the negate. Dodge that so we're using linkage to ensure that we could add linkage. But the monster we summon's boosted by linkage, so it is worth it. And we have 2,500. Not quite lethal. Did you? Okay, the Imperm did not go through. That was a good debate. That is the Imperm column, but it does not negate the column unless it negates the monster. Damn. Okay. Attempting to send the Triple Tactics talent to add a Sky Striker card. Change of Heart revealed. We do not have a Sky Striker card to add, and the linkage was not lethal damage. Wait, was it? If we had another Kagari, it was lethal, but I think all of our Kagaris are gone. 1, 2, 3, where it wasn't Kagari game? I thought it would have been game. Maybe we don't have a Kagari in the extra. We do. Can't be summoned twice in one turn. You're right. If your opponent catches that. All right, let's go. Dead Parallel Exceed. Or is it? It's actually not dead. Could summon, if we could summon a Link 1, then Parallel Exceed could summon behind it. Fingering that Sigma, you are not summoning. I do not think so. And just like that, 2-0 for Sky Striker after Mathmech went first. That is surprising. We had the Super Factorial. We had the Masquerena set up. I'm shocked. Thunder Dragon, add Thunder Dragon. We do have 2 Bystials to potentially make some disruptive plays here. Dark, add Dark. Set, summon Colossus because we activate a Thunder monster from the hand, so we can tribute a Thunder to make Colossus. Banned in TCG, by the way, preventing the opponent from adding cards from the deck to the hand. Striker Dragon, we strike in Wyver Burster, grabbing the Collapsed Serpent, banishing the Wyver Burster. Which, did we have another light monster in the graveyard? We did, so banishing preemptively, not that big of a deal. We're going to get our special summons out now. Serenir and Druid Swarm. If Druid Swarm could be sent to the graveyard through linking, synchroing, whatever, it's going to be able to target the Colossus and send it to the grave. Colossus has an indestructible effect, which the Druid Swarm plays around it. So we can make a level 10 synchro here, send the Colossus, no damage protection, and now we have a negate. Will Baron to floor negate the spheres? We don't have to because we have the Call by the Grave onto the Heavenly Spheres, but we have a Baldrake. Baldrake could banish our spheres to dodge the Call by the Grave. It's exactly what we're doing. We still have Baron to floor for negating. Negate! And we do have Triple Tactics talent for the follow-up, thanks to your Baldrake in spheres. All right. GG next game, you think so? Probably. And don't forget the Colossus is being sent to the graveyard here as we Triple Tactics talent. Looking at the hand. Wow, your hand sucks. As we spin back the Thunder Dragon Dark, surely we can get lethal damage out on the field. Striker into the boot sector. Wyver Burster grabbing Collapsed Serpent. Collapsed Serpent itself is enough for lethal damage. Finish it up. And let's take this to Game 2. Very nice. Fenrir is here, searching for a Fenrir. And we are alluring into banishing the Roar. Roar will be activating. We have summon number 1, summon number 2, summon number 3, summon number 4. And once we go to summon number 5, Nibiru will tribute off the entire field. Are you ready? This is it. The entire field tribute is now. 5 summons, Nibiru contribute everything. Now, ideally, you want to wait right before they summon a negate or at the end of the main phase. So Thunder Dragon, add Thunder Dragon, about to end the main phase, tributing off the entire field for that Nibiru, giving them a fat token. Let's go. Serenir banishing during the end phase. Serenir to block the Serenir by banishing our own card, so you do not get to summon, but you'll get to summon next turn. If we don't Serenir you again. Now, we don't really have anything. What the heck? This is not looking good. Seyfried sends Serenir to grab a Magna Hut. Serenir sending a Lubellion from the deck to the graveyard. we're now going to make our Striker Dragon searching for the boot sector launch, which could launch the Tracer from the hand onto the field outside of our normal summon. We're going to be adding back the Lubellion from the graveyard with the Safer to make a Druid Swarm in our hand from the deck. Special summon the Tracer, banishing with the Druid Swarm, not chaining the Serenir to stop it because we know there's a Magna Hut also in the hand. Baron to floor with the Omni Negate plus pop a card on the field. Send the token to the graveyard with the effect of the Druid Swarm being sent to the grave as we summon our Tracer from the deck. Now we're going to use Serenir to stop the Magna Hut. Do we Baron to floor negate? We do not. We allowed that to happen. Just another body on the field. Wait. We didn't target the same card? Serenir. Magna Hut target Serenir. Serenir target Lubellion. Okay, so we weren't trying to stop its summon. We were trying to stop the Lubellion from being summoned. Makes sense? Pop the field spell, summon a level 4 non-tuner from the deck as we now make a Chaos Angel. That's right. No tuner for this summon. Chaos Angel on summon, banishing a card from the field, wiping out the other with the Baron to floor, sending a Lubellion from the deck to the graveyard, which is not disruption. We have over 12,000 damage. Just like that, unfortunately, Thunder Dragon falls in the top 16. Damn. Cynet mining, our addition from the hand. We do have impermanence, which I think using it on the Alan Burr is going to be the way, right? Sigma special summons, circular, adding. I guess we're going to negate that instead. Now, why I say you should imperm the Alan Burr instead is because the Alan Burr could search for a monster or spell or trap. The circular could only search for a spell or trap. So, all right. We're just going to search for whatever you negated us from searching right now anyway. But we also have more options. We are going to make Masquerina alongside it as we banish from the graveyard to grab Diameter, as I said. And we have Super Factorial, which will be able to summon the big rank 4 that will send from the field in hand and be a negate. Is now the time to do it before the Unicorn activates? Oh, we're waiting. We're actually waiting. Grab the Birth. Now we're doing it before the rank 7 exceed. We could have waited for the Birth to also send the Birth because we could send Monster, back row, and hand. Super Factorial, Reborn 3 from the graveyard, no call to the grave to stop it. We are now making Laplation with an Omni Negates. Laplation is here, detach 2, getting rid of the Dracoback, which will then activate to re-equip, right? Wait, Dracoback did not activate. If this card, yeah, you can only equip it to, when it's sent to the graveyard, it has to activate to, where does it say it? I'm trying to read this 100 times. Target an adventure token. So we have no adventure token, so it does not activate. And then the Dracoback is just gone. Laplation with the negate. Negate with Diameter, applying the effect from making the Laplation with Diameter. Now we're going to follow up with the Masquerina after we already used up the negate to make a giant Quadra Monster Negate Apollo USA 3200. Called by the grave on the we're activating the card from the hand. This does not special summon on activation. You play it, then you activate the special, but it doesn't matter. It's non-targeting. So the Unicorn's still coming out. It actually just didn't really matter. So even if you chained it to it activating a special summon from the grave, it would then special summon from the banish anyway. We'll just summon a negated Unicorn, sure. Into Diablos Mindhacker. We can't negate with Apollo unless we want to be destroyed by battle. Okay, does not want him to look at our extra deck to banish a card face down. We're now small enough to be attacked over. Then I guess that works out. Sure. Mindhacker is still going to be banishing through its secret effect. If it destroyed a monster by battle, at the end of the battle phase, you could banish a card face down from the opponent's graveyard, triggering its effect to banish just one card off their deck, I guess. 1. Magna Hut gone. And we Zeused. We gave them Zeus instead of just banishing a card from the extra deck. What were we protecting? We could not make the Zeus unless you negated with the Apollo USA. Huh. Very interesting. Eccentric is going to be wiping out the Birth to put herself into the extra deck to then scoop. We just have nothing with diameter to do? What? Diameter, summon for the grave? Really, real. Wow, that Zeus just made us not want to do anything. He got Zeus. We'll just take 3K. Now, Preparation can reborn only if the Unicorn were banished. So Preparation, no good here. We also don't want to send it to the grave with our Zeus. Now we're going to get Zeused. Because if we were to summon with the Diameter Exceed into with it, it would then be able to negate the Zeus. Wow. That equation boosting up 1,000 attack made it big enough to take out Zeus. So why didn't we do that first? Why didn't we equation, attack, then diameter? Huh? Okay. Set 2, back to you. Called by versus called by. Preparation dead. We can't reborn the Unicorn. Fenrir is here. Zeus was in D? What do you mean? How did we attack into it in the same turn? Am I going crazy? We summoned, we wiped, then we followed up, then we summoned and we attacked. Come on, man. Think about it. How could it be in D? Unicorn from the hand with the preparations. Lethal damage. We just probably got to start banning people in chat. I don't know if they're trolling on purpose. They're just trying to like gaslight me on purpose. What do you think? Diameter immediately linking off into our link. Disciple to trigger off the parallel exceed. Do we imperm negate the parallel exceed? Yeah, we do. We do not want him to make the Alimbert. I guess the fear would be, what if he has an addition or subtraction in the hand? Well, it's a level 8 now, actually, so it doesn't even matter. It's actually a great impermanence. Triggering off to draw 1, spin back, and wow, what a top deck. No way. Signet mining into circular. That was great. Send Sigma, but we can't trigger the circular with Sigma because the Disciple is blocking it. So actually, it wasn't even that great. That still sucked. Is the Superfactorial even usable? Boy, it is. It is super usable. That's a Laplacian. Send from the hand and field plus an Omni negate, but there's a called by the grave to completely stop the Superfactorial. That's devastating. All right, Fenrir is here into the Superfactorial to send the Fenrir plus a card from the hand and the Omni negate, but the call by the grave is going to completely stop all of that, completely screwing over Mathmech. And you know, that reminds me, why are we not playing more Mathmech, right? Well, it's because of, you know, this is not really doing anything. So this is not a negate. It's a search for next turn. He's still screwed. The Fenrir will actually trigger if he searches, which he is. Bystial's the reason why people are not really playing Mathmech right now. The Bystial pretty much does what the Call by the Grave just did there. By being able to banish the Diameter, stopping the Laplacian, stopping the negate. Goodbye, Alimbert. Fenrir gets search, and we have Birth to summon the Unicorn. We also have the Rise Heart for a special summon. We could just dump our whole hand on the field. This is it. Token plus the Fateful Adventure. Birth with the normal summon of the Unicorn, triggering the Adventure to grab our Draco back. We're going to also be searching for our Griffin Rider. We have 6,900 damage on the field so far, which is going to be well over 8,000 damage. This is lethal damage. The Wicked cannot be destroyed by battle or card effects, but can be targeted. Rise Heart, come forth. Banishing from our deck, top 3 off of their deck. Draco back, spin back, the Cybers Wicked. And just like that, Adventure Fateful. The way to play Kashtira. Kashtira Venture. Yeah, you're less likely to do what you want to do with the Kashtira, which is lock up all their zones, but you're just a better, more well-rounded deck overall. We are Vernisolifin, and how do we not Ash a Vernisolif? That is huge value. Damn, we're just waiting for like the pudding plays. What do you want? Why do you stop licking me up? I'm not that sweaty, jeez. Chakanine into Drident. Drident banned in OCG and in TCG. Outdated ban, I think so. They don't want every rank 4 Exceed deck to just be able to have a Drident. Hoot Kick is going to be negated by the Ash, attempting to banish from the graveyard to then summon from the deck. Not going to happen. No Petting Sword for you. Wow. Well, we do have Quick Effect Pop-Up face up, and that's it. Quick Effect Pop is not that great. Well, actually, I mean, that was pretty great. That was great. If we had another Fenrir, we could just resummon it. Rhino Heart sending the Hobness. Despite how great that was, that was just the bait. Fenrir eating up a disruption so we can go undisrupted with our Tearlament plays. Grabbing the Omni Negate with the Crime, summon the Merly from the hand, mill 8. With that mill 8, we got a Shuffler, we got Miller, not during the duel, Gia. Grabbing a Sulik off of the mill of the Scream. We're now going to attempt to reborn the Rhino Heart as the Shuffler shuffles it back in the deck. Also dealing with the opposing Shufflers. Now, the Agido is going to reborn one of the Shufflers, attempting to be spun back in the deck for a rank 4 Exceed. People stop playing Dugaris. Draw 2, discard if you just could not pull off the plays. Well, we don't need to because we got Sprind, send Merly get Fusion. Let's go. Even after the nerfs, they nerfed my deck and I'm still playing it. Fenrir for Fenrir. And we have no disruption, no Hobness, no nothing. Let's speed on through this play. Petting Sword into the pudding. Put the pudding in the glass. We're going to then... You really just DC'd? No way, man. You had full Wombo combo. Victinium. His GPU on his computer did an automatic update, and I guess it restarted the computer? Oh, no. Adamancipator grass. Adamancipated. Milling a ton of cards with the grass. We got Fairy Tale Snow, Banish 7. Let's go. We do have Imperm for potential disruption. Xenokatar getting the Block Dragon in the grave. Banish 3 to come forth and summon. We're not going to Imperm the Seeker. We chillin'. Excavating absolutely nothing. Baron to floor is now going to be negating the impermanence if we need to. We could use Imperm to go even with the Baron to floor. Gia, what the heck is going on? Analyze your top 5 cards of the deck. Researcher is also going to do top 5 cards of the deck. Special summon the Doki into Dweller. You're not playing against here, though. More excavating. What is happening? We whiffed 2 excavates. What the heck? Reborning our Block Dragon into an Elf. Block Dragon again, infinitely resummoning as long as we have 3 monsters to banish from the hand or grave. Now have Masquerina, Reborn the Researcher, and we're now going to make a Herald of Arc-Light. Anything that is a monster sent from the hand or deck to the grave will be banished instead. Also an Omni Negate. Let's go. Let's talk about this field. The Baron of Floor is not untargetable, but the Dweller is turning off the ability to activate anything in the grave. We have an Omni Negate on the Herald of Arc-Light, plus monsters being sent to the grave will be banished. Just from the hand and deck, that is. We have Masquerina link off. We have Negate with the Baron to floor. Let's go. Those are the public disruptions. We also publicly have the Fairy Tale Snow to flip a monster face down. Now, turning off the graveyard against a Spright deck's not that good. As I said, Imperm would go even with the Baron to floor. Linking off with the Spright red into the Goddess. Now, not only can you not activate from the grave, you also can't special summon from the grave because the Goddess will negate. Block Dragon. That's a scoop. All right, let's hop into game 2. Here's a fair trade. You ban Max C, and then Master Rule 6, you open up with 6 cards in your opening hand, you don't draw for your turn. I think that's a fair trade. What the heck was that? Isn't there a play with Swap Frog, send Rodent Toad and make Almirage, reborn the Rodent Toad and make a Elf, reborn the Toad, the Frog that is, or the Toad, and then make a Gigantic Spright into blue, blue into Jet, Jet into Carrot or Red? You probably don't play Almirage. Probably don't, right? I don't want to look, but that was the play. Now, Vernisolithin, Max C, we'll hold on to that Ash. Why not normal summon Max C? I mean, didn't he normal summon the Frog, right? He normaled it. Did he have Frog in the hand? He didn't discard. Max is negated. We are summoning from the graveyard, supplier searching for the Guardian. Guardian will be able to negate the Ash. Should we have Ash the Vernisolith instead? They probably called by, then you chain Max C, and then we just win, right? Grabbing a Calbeck. Calbeck it up. We are not going to even attempt to Ash because that Guardian would negate. Reborning our Tackle Crusader. Revival Golem being sent to the graveyard. Reviving into Granite. This is where we imperm. No, we could Ash, he negates, then you imperm. Sure. Or just go right into the imperm. Hold on to the Ash. No Block Dragon for you. This is the super choke point. You have to negate the Granite from the Block Dragon search or you lose. That's it. Now we could actually use our Ash as the Guardian is gone. Baguska forcing every monster into defense and their effects will be negated. We could make some link summons though. Codebreaker's a link too that deals with Baguska. To do you go? Link it up into Sprint. Sprint is not negated. Sprint sending from the deck to the graveyard. Nimble Angler. Angler activating. Now, Calbeck's not negating the Angler, but it's going to spin back the Sprint as we summon double Beaver from the deck. Ronin Toad banishing our Frog to Reborn, but the Shuffler is going to shuffle the Ronin Toad back into the deck you go. We do have Triple Tactics talent now. Do we take control of Baguska and link with it? Or do we draw two? Yoink! Come to me, Baguska. In attack position you go. I guess we're Zeusing instead, huh? Tackle Crusader can't flip down Baguska because it's untargetable in attack position. We Zeus. All right, that worked out. 3 material Zeus, just 1 field wipe, that's all. Doki Doki with no cards to discard. And we'll wipe out a Beaver, why not? Revival Golem at a pathetic 100 attack. Now, you just turned my Zeus into double field wipe. It's like, I don't know, you're just kind of screwed anyway, right? Cerberus will take out the Zeus. He didn't see that coming. You had double field wipe. You could have wiped it before he went into Cerberus, a card that pretty much no one plays. Well, to be fair, let's see. Adamancipator, they probably play a lot of it, right? Adam into the Cerberus. Let's see, on their normal usage. Actually, yeah, they don't even really play it either. Serb it up. Get Serbin. Adam, 80% do not play Cerberus, so I guess it was reasonable to not expect it. Shokan into the gigantic Spright. We are Sprighted into the blue. Blue, come to me. Jet, no disruption in sight. Looks like we are taking this game too, and it's all thanks to negating that Granite. Gamma Burst, boost up the field. In addition to the burst, you're boosting up the opponent's monster that's level 2 or link 2. Not quite lethal. We had lethal if it weren't for boosting up the opponent's monster. Spright, Elf, Reborn, our red. We do have Monster Negate. And it's also Destroy. Negate and Destroy. Researcher Summon, gets negated, you're done, it's over. Let's hop into game number 3. Guardian with the grass, no Ash to negate, and you did not maxi in the draw phase, so it will also be negated. That's gonna cost you. Wow. Just shotgunning the Guardian for the maxi negate? Holy moly. Already because of Triple Tactics talent, there's good reason to use Max C in the draw phase. Oh, now we can do it. We're good. We're good. We have no out for the Grand Knight. Block Dragon is now here, which was very important to negate from the other game we saw we won because we negated the Grand Knight from searching for the Block Dragon. Sacrifice Dynamorphia players to increase base life to 12k. Yeah, all right. So screw Dynamorphia and Gene Raider. We're boosting up starting life points. I mean, that's not my idea. That was yours. I don't know about boosting the starting life. That's kind of interesting. Now, Centuria is here. Get ready to battle, but the snow's going to flip you down, so you are not battling. Well, yes, we are. We're going to call up the grave. We're going to finger that Ash, or we're going to snow, that is. Ash on my mind, sorry. Snow is going to be banishing 7 again to dodge the finger, but can you dodge the Ball Drake? We don't have enough cards to banish. We got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not possible. But we have Guardian to negate. Negate the Ball Drake. You get destroyed. And the snow does successfully get summoned. And we get flipping now. Fingering absolutely nothing in the graveyard. I mean, Baron de Flor still has its negate, doesn't it? I mean, I don't think we've used it. Xenoguitar is also nuts for getting Block Dragon into the graveyard. We're going to get the Tackle Crusader in the graveyard to flip down the red. Boy, we had no Spright card in the graveyard to banish. Uh-oh. Baron de Flor wiping out the Dead Smasher as we follow up with the Tackle Crusader to special summon our Researcher. Researching off the top of the deck, we have Doki summonable, Supplier summonable. Supplier is here into the Asa. Asa is becoming more popular. Asa could steal an opponent's Fenrir from the graveyard. So if you have any way to make the Asa, start playing it. Block Dragon, come to me, Seeker. Asa, yeah. A-U-S-S-A. How else would you say Asa? Asa with the awesome play, reborning Max C to go into Elf. Elf reborn our Researcher. And it is time for Block Dragon summon to trigger the Changing and to banish a card on the field and in the graveyard. Soldier of Chaos, untargetable. What a mad lad. 15,000 damage on the field. Finish him off. Very well done, Psychic. Now we know you're playing the Soldier of Chaos. The Soldier of Chaos, destroy a monster by battle, become 4,500 untargetable, then Tearlaments struggles to beat you. They have to Goddess. So if they have already used up Goddess, or maybe they don't play Goddess because there's more extra deck options now. They could play Chaos Angel. They could play Grapha. So they're slowly, more and more Tearlament players are taking Goddess out because they're thinking, what card am I never summoning? It is a situational summon. Alibur, you don't want to Ash. You do want to Ash the Branded Fusion. Alibur is a bait. Never take that bait. Follow-up Branded Opening, which will be discarding to special summon our Dramaturge. If used for fusion, can reborn itself. If an extra deck monster is summoned, we could then negate a monster on the field. Dead Crime. Dead Sulliak. Is Branded Banishment dead? Dead, 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 nothing. Wow, we're dead also. If a Later Dark is banished, we get to draw one. Let's get battling. Crime dead, Sulliak is live. Sulliak can not only negate, but trigger a fusion. But we don't have another Aqua on the field or grave to fuse into a Kick Cow. The fusion's not really going to work. I can't believe what I'm witnessing right now. In the top 16, setting Ash, setting Max C. This is Boomer Yu-Gi-Oh! Even Rush Duel has more happening than this duel. We now have Crime activatable to not only negate anything, but mill 5 for both players. Fenrir is here. Crime is going to negate and trigger the mill 5 for both players. Back in the deck you go. And let's get milling. Let's look at the graveyard on the top right of the screen. Did we really mill nothing? While the opponent's popping off, we milled nothing. Not even, no Aqua. We still can't make a Kick Callus for some reason. What the heck is going on? Lubellion being discarded to grab a Magna Hut at 800 life. One bad move and we're done. Magna Hut activating to search during the end phase for a dragon. Chaos Space grabbing the Chaos Emperor. Sulliak is going to be sending Sharon to trigger a fusion. Chain Max C. What are we fusing into? What did we want to so quickly fuse into? We were so excited to get a Masquerade out because every activation is gonna be minus 600. Huh, that did not work out. Well, Chaos Space returning a banished monster back to draw one. We now have the Ravine. Ravine, discard, send Absa Router to then grab Tracer that we can normal summon. Let's get normal summoning. Normal Tracer is here. Pop in the field spell, chaining banishment to reborn the Masquerade. Then we could fuse with both fields. What are we fusing with? Fusing with the Tracer. We still get the effect to summon a monster from the deck. But now there is a Masquerade that we cannot deal with. If you activate anything twice, you lose. You're not even allowed to. You can only activate one card. It's only legal to activate one card. then that one card has to, without activating, deal with the Masquerade. This Masquerade's not burning. Only this one is Effect Veiler on the Masquerade. And we are going to be sending Merly to fuse, I'm thinking. Yup. Merly mill 3 and sent to the grave to get fuse in. Twin Twister, Despia Theater, what the heck is going on? Druid Swarm can now safely activate because of the Masquerade being negated. The fusion summoned one is negated. The non-fusioned one does not burn for 600. We're now going to be returning a banished card back in the deck with a regain to draw 1, adding back the Despia Theater with the effect of the Retribution, adding back a branded spell or trap. Chaining Branded Beast to destroy the Despia Theater fusion summon. Now, would we play a third Masquerade in our deck? No way. Or are we summoning a third one? Druid Storm being sent to the graveyard, spinning the Masquerade into the graveyard, which could reborn itself if there's an extra deck monster on the field. Wyver Burster grabbing that Collapse Serpent. If we summon a monster that will trigger the regain to reborn a Bestial, then we could pop a card in the field with the Beast. I can't believe that Dragon Link may win this. Banish monster, return back, draw 1. We haven't used up our normal summon. 200 life points come back is real. We're gonna grab that Boot Sector launch. Launching it up. There was a Dragon Maid deck on the site that plays Boot Sector launch with no rockets, using it just for discard fodder and chain link blocking. We are now linking this up into Dark Charmer, which could reborn a monster from the opponent's graveyard, but the Dramaturge will negate it on summon. Quickly chain launching a rocket from the deck onto the field. You want flames? We flame it. Pisty is now here. Pisty with another monster pointing to where the Pisty's pointing to will make a baby. That'll be the triple burst. We are going to reborn from the graveyard Magna Hut. Now linking all this up into a Borland Dragon, which can attack every single monster on the field and negate a monster, plus reborn a Tracer from the graveyard. Tracer has not activated yet. We're going to use the Safer to add back Lubellion in the graveyard back to the hand, which could discard itself to add a Bestial from the deck, making the Branded Beast live, which could pop any card on the field. We have a dead Sulik, an already used up Dramaturge and negated by the Borland. We're now making Chaos Angel. Chaos Angel on summon, banishing a card on the field. Goodbye to the Sulik, as the Borland can attack everything on the field. Attack 1, attack 2, 3,500 to the face, not quite lethal. Now, Masquerade will not only be met with a Maxi as we draw one off that summon, but it will be triggering our regained to summon a Bestial from the grave. Blocking the 3,500 as we reborn our Baldrake at 200 life. We are actually going to win this duel. We have enough disruption. Wait, we could have attacked with that. Keck, wait. Baron Difflore, main phase 2. Omni negate, monster negate, pop a card in the field. If we summon, the Bestial will summon to allow us to pop a card in the field. And all our monsters are indestructible by battle. You can't attack with it? Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Quick launch is not that good. Sharon. Scoop it up. 200 life points as the opponent desperately continually tries to summon a Masquerade to cheese the game for the win. Minus 600 on every activation, and with 2 Masquerade, he could not do it. Foolish Burial, Havnish, Chain Fusion. We do not have Bestial activatable because there's no body on the field. Main deck and Twin Twister for what? Why are we do this? What is going on in the meta? Is it for the pendulum scales? For Valent and Draco Slayer, we're main deck and Twin Twister. Are you serious? Probably. Labyrinth is, I think Labyrinth is just, has fallen off. No one cares about Lab anymore. Lab is old news. Even with Chaos Angel's release, where are the Lab players? I haven't seen them in a while. Now, Sharon is going to be negated on that fusion. As we banish, we're going to follow up Branded Fusion with no Ash in hand to stop it. Lubellion on summon, discard the Twin Twister to get fusion summoning. We're also going to be banishing the Merly, stopping the fusion summon with that, making a Mirror Jade. Mirror Jade is going to be able to banish a monster on the field, sending an Albion to search during the end phase for a branded spell or trap. We got Banishment, which could fuse with a monster from our graveyard, reborning it, plus the opponent's field. The Crime is activatable if we have a monster in the hand, which we no longer do. Serenir, Chain Banish Summoning. so that it will not be allowing them to draw out Max C. Chain Banishment to reborn the Dramaturge. Using with the opponent's Magna Hut to make our Masquerade. Minus 600 on every activation. Dramaturge is going to activate to reborn itself back in the field. If a monster from the action deck is summoned, Dramaturge will target a monster and negate. Lubellion minus 600 grabbing a Bestial. He needs him to special summon to make the crime live. We need a monster in the hand. Safer Tribute to grab a Collapsed Serpent, knowing that we're playing into the Max C. The Mirror Jade is not even activatable. I mean, we really didn't have any disruption besides the Dramaturge on summon of an extra deck. Why not push? Why not try? All right, we Twin Twistin'. Will Twin Twister actually have an impact on this duel? We could pop Regained, we could pop the Beast. Let's go. Chaos Emperor minus 1,000, add a dragon back to the hand. We're gonna banish Light and Dark for that Chaos Emperor to make a Masquerena. Now, yeah, it's fine. The Regained will reborn. Yup, he didn't have a Beast anyway, which he did not need a Lubellion on the graveyard for. End phase searching for Lubellion, and let's go. We could discard Mudora, then it will be activatable to get Shuffling. We're gonna be Maxied right away in the draw phase, so I think we're gonna have to chain a branded opening to special summon before that happens. We're not. We're actually not. Interesting. We are in the main phase, making the Masquerena activatable to get Lincoln. We're going to special summon our Lubellion from the graveyard, which does not activate in the graveyard, but does activate on the field to play a face-up branded card into our back row. We're not chaining the Twin Twister onto the Regained. We can't afford to discard, I guess. Yeah, let's keep our hand nice and healthy here. We really need the grass to not be negated. We have 52 cards to 21. That's mill 31 cards. And the Ash will negate, the Borreload will negate. So if we could bait the negates, then follow up grass, we win. We win. Serenir banishing the Magna Hut. This is the I win card, but there's 2 negates. Nightmare Unicorn on summon. Spin a card back. He doesn't know that there's Ash in the hand, but you should expect it. So Ash? Ash, the Branded Fusion. That's what's going to happen. But, oh, we can't get Branded Fusion if you're going to negate with the Borland, mate. Merly Mill 3. Like, we can't use grass. It's the last thing. Okay, we got something. Oh, Baldrake. And Borreload and Ash still not activating. I can't believe it. We're not done. Wait, why did you mill Merly randomly when we could have made Sprin send Merly to then... Oh, geez. You just had to randomly mill the wrong one. Return 3, yeah, that's a GG. Didn't even show him grass, did not want to give him that satisfaction of holding on to his negate for the grass. Damn. All right, Branded's doing some stuff today. I'm very happy to see it. I'm all for Branded. Many different lines for Branded to go into. It is a very interesting deck. We have an active Beast to pop a card in the fields. And, you know, Ash Maxi. Branded lost. We are going to Cartesia, get Fusion Summoning, chaining our Maxi. Sure. Now, on the summon, the Branded lost will be protecting that monster. Gangrunol could not be chained to here as it activates to send a light or dark level 6 or higher from the extra deck or deck to the grave. This could get a Lubellion in the graveyard or an Albion from the extra deck. There's a lot of options here. Edgem Chain, grabbing our Patchwork into Polymerization into Chimera. With a Branded loss, that's going to be deadly. Sure, I feel like... I mean, we see what's going on. Obviously, the Ash is for Branded Fusion, but damn. That Polymerization is going to come in hot, and you can't Ash the Chimera because of the Branded Lost. You're going to get blown the F out. Yeah, this is a problem, huh? Baldrake cannot do anything to the Chimera, but we're going to get it out early anyway, or at least attempt to, which just got denied by the opponent's Bestial. So this should be interesting. All right, Baldrake, Polymerization. This is draw 2, pop 1, and Ash negates the pop and the draw, but we can't use Ash because of the Branded Lost. and the Chimera is untargetable. This is actually nuts. We maybe should have chained Beast, Pop, Lost, then Ash the Chimera, but then you get branded fusioned. Is there a reason we have not Max Seed? Is it like called by the grave or something? What's good with Max C? We'll just save Max C. Retribution, adding the branded fusion, which we finally saved our Ash for. To negate. I'm thinking he knew with Max C he would only draw 1 off Chimera because we're going to negate the branded fusion anyway. So draw 1 with Max C, not worth it. Yep, it was just draw 1. Just draw 1. You did Max C? Oh, sorry, I didn't know he was that good to have double Max C in his opening hand. All right. You Max C gaming. Now the Retribution's going to be able to negate an effect that special summons. We have Baron to Floor though. Baron to Floor can't pop Chimera if there is a polymerization in the graveyard, which there is. So, how do we deal with Chimera? We don't. Chimera 3300 untargetable, absolutely unstoppable. Gangrenol, because you use an effect to special summon a monster with a monster, will be summoning a Despia fusion. Quiritis, which could reduce the Baron to Floor to 0 attack. Tributing off the Baldrake for the Lubellion. Chaos Angel targets, but it is big enough to swing over. That's a full field reduced to 0 attack, scooping it up. I love branded. I think a lot of people strayed away from the Chimera package because of, it's the patchwork package, because of all the new branded support, but I mean, it's too good in Master Duel to give up. Negate our own monster to reborn the Rocket Tracer to make a Borland Omni Negate, Monster Negate plus Omni Negate, and we're going to have Lubellion Mate plus a branded beast. Yes, we will. That is nuts. We have a quick effect pop, Monster Negate, Omni Negate, and Masquerena. Holy moly. Adding back Lubellion to be used next turn since we already used it this turn, and just like that, Baldrake being searched for during the end phase. We could also link up with the Masquerena into maybe a Unicorn. Branded Lost, so we're going to Max C early. Branded Lost makes it so we cannot respond to successful fusion summons, also cannot negate the activation of a branded fusion with a card like Borload Savage Dragon, that is. Copy the Grave, negating the Max C. What is good? Lubellion discarded. You, okay, Max, we're going to call by the Grave back to back. You call by the Grave me, I call by the Grave you. That's also going to negate my Lubellion, which I'm definitely going to forget next turn and activate anyway. But it could still summon from the graveyard even though it is negated from searching. Regained off of Light and Dark being banished, so this is interesting. Activation cannot be negated, but the effect can be negated. Do not Borload. Okay, so we're not Borloading. We're going to chain Borland. Regain Chainlink Block Tip from the Borload. You are negated, reborn our Tracer, and because you summoned, we summon a Bestial from the grave, which the Beast can now tribute to pop a card on the field. Now, he is searching for a polymerization play. What do we do about the polymerization? I think on the resolution of searching for polymerization, we might have to Masquerena and deal with that card in the field so he cannot Chimera us, because Borload cannot negate the polymerization. Borload cannot negate the Chimera. This will be interesting. Or just Branded Beast pop it, right? We could chain to it, or just Borload negate the patchwork, stopping him from grabbing the second monster and the polymerization. We have multiple plays to stop this. Just like that. Now, the branded player, you could say they misplayed before the tournament even began, because what they could have done is that they could have played a card that not a lot of people are playing, and that is the Alba Lenatus. Alba Lenatus is a contact fusion. With your Albaz, you could then, without activating, take your opponent's Borload, take their Borland, put them in the graveyard. They can't respond as soon as you're doing it. Put them in the grave, summon the Alba Lenatus, and you win. Well, the chances of him having that is 50-50. 50% are playing it and 50% are not playing it. He could have popped it with Beast with Toggle on. Yeah, but he didn't. So this was a play because he did not play around this. This was it. Let's go, let's go. We have absolutely nothing. Completely unhindered. Turn 1, branded Despia, full power. This is it. Interestingly done here. Okay. Branded lost. All right. So we have the branded in red, which generally a Bestial is going to be able to counter from him trying to summon a Chimera to pop multiple cards in the field. Let's see how this works out. Call of the Grave is going to be stopping it and a Bestial. So how do we play around that? A lot of people are just not even playing branded in red anymore because of the Bestial stopping it. We have Absa Router searching for our Rocket Tracer, banishing for the Wyver Burster. We're going to banish the Wyver Burster. Non-targeting banish now. Because we have an Albaz in the graveyard, the Rinbrum is a play. Rinbrum can activate to summon Albaz to fuse with the opponent's field. It's like a secret little combo we got in the graveyard there. Striker Dragon has come forth to grab our Boot Sector launch, which we have not normal summoned yet, so we don't even need the Boot Sector launch that badly. Focus, focus, focus. Now let's get our Tracer out into the dark. Dark attempting to summon a dark monster from the opponent's graveyard. We are going to try to take the Albion, which was properly summoned as the Dragostapelia negates from happening. Ain't happening, boy. Now, we are going to get launching. I don't think we could play through the Albaz and the Brand Red. I mean, we do have the Call of the Grave, but the follow-up with the Rinbrum to fuse with their field whenever, I think that's actually going to make a big impact here. Banishment also able to reborn a monster from the graveyard, then fuse with both sides of the fields. Pop in the field spell, triggering the Gangrel Null because you summoned a monster with a monster, which could reduce your entire field to 0 attack. We're now going to Branded Banishment, which is going to get stopped by the Bestial, and we're going to Rinbrum into the Albaz to get fusing. Now is the time. As I said, Albaz, discard a card on summon, and we are going to see what we're fusing into. The Hut is searching during the end phase. What's the play? The Alba Lenatus for the entire field. What? You do play it? Why didn't we summon it last game? Huh? Wow. Okay. He does play it. You didn't want to reveal it? It was a secret? It was a secret. Ah, he snuck it in for game 3. Gia, check the extra deck, please. Uh-oh, Gia can't find it. All right, YouTube, the Mad Lad does in fact have Lenatus. We checked for you, so there would be no controversy. Gia pretending that it was theirs to avoid all that. Thank you very much. Now, continue to like, subscribe, and comment to support these videos so we can keep on uploading the full thing as we keep on doing. I'll catch you in the top 8. Let's go.